Exercise number 4, it's white to move. So the solution is queen takes h6, which is the only check that you obviously have to check for. King takes h6 and knight f7 with a fork. If by some chance you just spotted knight f7 with a fork and you play it without any calculation, then you do two mistakes. First of them is, even if you're right, you will only win an exchange. For example, after queen to f8, where the queen defends the rook, you still gain material, but winning a rook is better than winning an exchange. And the second mistake that you do is that black can obviously also have some active moves, especially checks, and with queen f6 he will actually win your knight. Meaning that instead of winning a rook, you will lose a piece and lose the game with it. Second position, it's white to move. So let's see the solution. First of all, you need to go for the checks first. And all the checks in this position are these ones, and obviously most of them are just losing the queen, but still the idea of active moves is to check them. So queen to e6 check, knight takes e6, pawn takes e6. Do we have any decent reasoning or continuation? No, so we leave it be. Queen f7 check. Bishop takes f7, and then there is, well, nothing. Queen f8 check, king takes f8. Do we have anything that we have gained from it? And the answer is no. We can play queen d8 check. Probably black will reply with king to h7. Now we cannot take on c7. Our knight is still under attack. So it doesn't give us any substantial forced advantage. So we can also leave it be. And finally, our final move, queen takes g7, king takes g7. Is there any interesting continuation? And yes, there is knight f5, and there you go, you have found the solution. And going like this, you just win the game, because you will get an endgame being 2 pawns up. If instead you wouldn't solve this exercise or think in this position by the active moves, then the only probable move that you will play is knight takes c4, since you have to move the knight is tagged and so on. But after king g2 and queen takes d5, the position is simply lost because black is going to mate the white king and he's up in material. So this is literally the difference between you win a game if you can calculate forced variation, and you will lose if you don't. Also, there is a second way how you can spot this whole idea. For example, if you don't see the second move straight away, once you come to the captures, then obviously there's knight takes c4. If you go about the threats, then there is the threat of knight f5, since it is a double attack on g7 and g3. And if you see knight f5, then you can think about, well, how about I attack the king on g7 instead of the knight, since the knight can take my knight back, but the king cannot move like a knight. And then you see the fork and you come back to queen takes g7 and you get the solution. Final position, position number 6, it's white to move. Well, the solution is quite easy. Instead of taking this knight, you first give a check, and after black takes the knight, you open the H file and suddenly there is a mate. Certainly black can sacrifice the queen first, but it won't matter because it's still a mate.